Reading, correction, amendment, and adoption of the agenda.
The 14-day sitting of the first quarter of the second section of the Honorable House of Representatives of the 55th Legislature of the Republic of Liberia. Tuesday, March 11, 2025 agenda. 1. Session call to order. 2. Prayer. 3. Roll call. 4. Reading, corrections or amendment and adoption of the agenda. 5. Call for petitions. 6. Call for standing committees reports. Under that, we have report from the House's Committee on Rules, Order and Administration on the investigation of Honorable Yekeh Kolubah, representing Electoral District number 10, Montserrat County. 7. Call for special committees report. 8. Call for motion, bills and resolution. Under that, we have A. Communication from Honorable Momo Shapakoto, representing Electoral District number 3, Local County, submitting for legislative enactment an act to amend the Penal Code, Chapter 14, Subchapter D, and add a new section 14.80, making same-sex practices, quote-unquote, criminal offense. B. Communication from Honorable Bernard Blue Benson, representing Electoral District number 17, Montserrat County, submitting for item B is declared, please. Now, business on Speaker's desk. On that, we have A. Communications from the Inter-Parliamentary Union. A. In response to the House's communication for that parliamentary body. B. Requesting the submission of Liberia's 4th State Human Rights Report to be examined by the United Nations Human Rights Council during its 50th session in Geneva, Switzerland from 3 to 14 November 2025. C. Invitation to attend the 150th Assembly slated to take place in Tashkent, Uzbekistan from 5 to 9 April 2025. Communication from ECOWAS responding to the request for the recall of 3 members of the Liberian delegation. C. Communication from the Inter-Parliamentary Union (RPU) informing the House that Honorable Rachel Nabekun has been included in their database as the Speaker of the House of Representatives. D. Communication from Honorable Marie G. Johnson, representing Electoral District number 2, Grand Jira County, craving the indulgence of plenary to address the deportation planned by President Donald Trump and Liberia's preparedness. E. Communication from Honorable Johnson S.N. Williams Sr., representing Electoral District number 3, River G County, craving the indulgence of the plenary to invite the management of the Telecom International Alliance and the LTA to address the issue of alleged alteration of the quote-unquote amended restated agreement to provide equipment and training for the monitoring of voice, data, mobile monitor traffic, and the management of fraud. F. Communications, Honorable Nega E. Gay, representing Electoral District number 3, Nima County. A. Craving the indulgence of plenary to invite the Minister of Public Works to provide information on the road construction project from Sekepa to Local 2 border. B. Communication from Honorable Nega E.A. representing Electoral District number 3, Lima County, craving the indulgence of plenary to invite the Minister of Health to provide reasons why key professionals to facilities are still volunteers. G. Communication from Honorable Ernest M. Manship Sr., Representative Electoral District Number 4, Nima County, craving an indulgence of plenary to invite the Minister of Finance and the Director of the Civil Service Agency to provide explanation on how the proposed increment has impacted the teachers and health workers. 8. Communication from Honorable Anthony F. Williams, Representative Electoral District Number 2, Maryland County, craving an indulgence of plenary to invite the authority of the Liberia Council of Churches, LCC, to provide updates on the ongoing internal conflict within the Methodist churches in Liberia. Appearance of the Managing Director of FDA, the Deputy Director for Operation FDA, the General Managers of WAPFA and LS Bloc to address issues raised in a communication to plenary from Honorable J. Clarence T. Bench. J. Appearance of the Executive Director of Environmental Protection Agency (EPA) to address the $25.6 million coastal defense project launched 2021. 10. Miscellaneous. 11. Adjournment. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, distinguished honorable ladies and gentlemen, that is the reading of the draft agenda for today's business, being the 14-day sitting. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Honorable colleague, with the reading of the agenda, what is your will and pleasure? Honorable Samson, we are.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues, having followed the reading of the agenda, I move that this agenda be accepted for today's deliberation with an amendment of having all of the witnesses going through hearing before moving to the agenda as per the items therein, if I can be seconded.
Is the motion conform? Are you all ready to vote? I'm ready. Honorable Abadjo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Deputy Speaker, colleagues, to the movement, I will be ready to vote for you to consider this simple amendment. Now, item C on our agenda is same to the agenda item AA. So I will be ready to vote where item C to move to item AA, and the appearances of our witnesses be done after the reading of the ECOWAS communication. I'll be ready to vote.
I respectfully accept.
We write it down.
A very pleasant good morning. Welcome to this live broadcast. We're here at the Pavilion near Liberia, where the section is currently being held. On the floor now is Representative Emmanuel Jan.
Of February 4, 2025, that
this session is
we reached a
provided by
conclusion and determination that day to
Honorable
return to our main chambers. Could we provide clarity?
Deputy Speaker
So why we are now in our main chambers today? I will ask, I will refer to the agenda, and I'll be ready to vote on that.
Thank you, and I respectfully reject.
The character of the leader, police, miscellaneous. With the amendment made, are you all ready to vote? Accepted. Motion for reconsideration is accepted. Already, Honorable James Golan.
Yeah, already. Before my information for the record. Mr. Speaker, Deputy Police, a motion of reconsideration parliamentary or legislatively cannot be accepted on alreadiness. Motion of reconsideration, it is accepted after the vote is taken. So for the colleague of hospitalization of the city, thank you, sir. Thank you. You're not carried nowhere. Thank you. My readiness to the movement, I will be ready to vote if the movement can accept that after communication, agenda items A, B, on business on speakers' desks, that B, communication B, update from the engrossing clerk on the on the outcome or the update of attendees members to know who are coming and who are those who are not yet coming but keep taking the Liberian taxpayer money in the name of salaries and benefits to the movement. It is my kind of opinion that you going to accept. Who's the movement?
The movement.
Thank you, and I strongly accept your alreadiness under Messalonian.
So welcome. This is the pavilion here.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy, distinguished colleagues, to my colleagues in Shino County, he should either accept my amendment or reject it, but not on a miscellaneous. My alreadiness was stated from a particular place. We said be on speaker's desk. It was not on a miscellaneous. So Mr. Moving had an opportunity to reach me to that.
I still maintain that I accept under Messalonian.
With all the amendment made, are you all ready to vote? All those in favor say yea.
Mr. Speaker,
Against?
information.
All those in favor say yea. Honorable Golan, information. Honorable Golan, please respect the movement.
So welcome. My name is Emmanuel Colley. It's great having all of you
Honorable colleagues,
watching.
with all the amendments to the agenda, are you all ready to vote? All those in favor say yea. Against? Abstain? The vote is carried. And now we proceed. Call for petition. Call for standing committees report.
Yes, Honorable Speaker, they are. Yep.
So keep watching the Liberia National Television.
Report from the Committee on Rules, Order and Administration. Introduction.
Honorable, I beg to excuse you for 5 minutes. I got a call from the Parliament of Ghana. Okay, bye.
Put the plea on your seat. Honorable Bond, please have your seat. Thank you. Honorable Kolubah, please have your seat. Honorable Civil Cabinet Office. Proceed, Madam Chief Clerk. Thank you.
Report from the Committee on Rules, Order and Administration on a complaint filed by Honorable Johnson S.M. Williams Sr., Representative, Liberia County Electoral District Number 3, against Honorable Yekeh Kolubah, Representative, Electoral District 10, Monserrado County, Republic of Liberia. Introduction. On Thursday, January 30, 2025, the plenary of the House received a communication from Honorable Johnson S.M. Williams Sr., Representative, Electoral District 3, Liberia County, complaining Honorable Yekeh Kolubah for alleged constant acts that are inimical to the House's rules and procedures which governs the activities of the House. The complaint was read and on motion turned over to the Committee on Rules, Order and Administration in fulfillment of Rule 50.1. Methodology. In fulfillment of the rules, sections. Section 50.1. Each member, including any special committee, shall have the power to inspect, examine, inquire into, and pass upon one report of each session on all matters within its jurisdiction and holds such hearing and investigation which the committee may find necessary. The committee, upon receipt of the complaint, also consider 46.1, which states that subject to the provision laid down in oral laws, the observance of the right of conduct The committee, upon receipt of the complaint, also consider 46.1, which states that, quote unquote, subject to the provision laid down in other laws, the observance of right and code of conduct of members shall be implemented in accordance with what is specified under this chapter. This was followed by Rule 47 with the caption, quote unquote, the observation of rights. In order to do due diligence to said matter, the committee set up to work first by meeting as a committee and then mandated the chief clerk of the House to invite Honorable Yekeh Kolubah, Representative, Electoral District Number 10, Monserrado County, who in this was the defendant and Honorable Johnson S.N. Williams Sr., Representative, Electoral District 3, Liberia County, the complainant. The purpose of our action was for us to accord the two parties due process in fulfillment of the House's rules 48.2 and 48.3, and most especially Rule 48.5, which requires for due process. On February 17, 2025, a communication from the chief clerk was sent to Honorable Kolubah, which was duly received by one of his staff for him to appear before the committee on Friday, February 21, 2025. On February 21, 2025, the committee met in the conference room of the House's first floor for the hearing. Honorable Johnson S.M. Williams Sr., complainant, was present, but Honorable Yekeh Kolubah, defendant, was absent. Hence, the committee resolved to reschedule the hearing to another date, March 6, 2025, thereby ordering that a second invitation be served to Honorable Kolubah, as the absence of Honorable Kolubah stalled the hearing for the day. Meanwhile, before postponing the hearing, the Sergeant-at-Arms and his team were mandated to search the perimeter of the Capitol building and the office of Honorable Kolubah, and he was announced absent. This necessitated the postponement of the investigative hearing. The Deputy Sergeant-at-Arms, Maurice Gibson, announced to members of the committee that though Honorable Kolubah was seen in the vicinity of the Capitol building prior to the hearing, but could not be seen again. Still having a desire to accord due process in this matter, the Chief Clerk was mandated to serve Honorable Kolubah, Yekeh Kolubah, the second invitation, which was dated on February 28, 2025, citing him to the second investigative hearing on Thursday, March 6, 2025, referencing the previous invitation of February 17, 2025. However, Honorable Yekeh Kolubah again did not attend, with the exception of the complainant, Honorable Johnson S.M. Williams Sr., who was given the opportunity to make his case. Honorable Johnson S.M. Williams Sr. took the stand and informed members of the committee that Honorable Yekeh Kolubah's behavior is on public records. He said Honorable Kolubah consistently instructed members of the House, public officials, and women alike. Honorable Johnson S.M. Williams Sr. told members of the committee that though he was not a member of the 54th legislature, but he observed these actions previously before his presence as member of the 55th legislature, and the action persists. Honorable Williams enumerated people who Honorable Kolubah consistently insulted in the public, including the President of the Republic of Liberia, the First Lady of Liberia, Vice President, the Speaker, Deputy Speaker, former President, and former Vice President, and lots of prominent people in Liberia. He said the list of the victims of Honorable Kolubah's actions is endless, underscoring the need to erect a checkpoint by invoking the House's rule, which Honorable Kolubah consistently violated. He named rules 22.6, 42.1, and 42.2 that Honorable Kolubah continues to violate. In response to queries from committee members, Honorable Williams said Honorable Kolubah's action in the 55th has brought the House to public disrepute. He named placing shoes on the Speaker's desk, referring to the Speaker and members of the House of Representatives in public as quote-unquote junta, which is a violation of Rule 41.1 and Rule 42.2. A constant disturbance of sections or sitting, his abusive languages during his press conferences and other public utterances have promulgated his complaint. He said plenary needs to take action to stop these unethical behaviors, otherwise the growing generation will see this as a best way of a leader conducting himself. Conclusion. After the hearings, the committee retired in committee room and took into consideration the House's reference rules during the hearing, including documentary video evidence presented against the behaviors of Honorable Yekeh Kolubah to support Honorable Williams' complaint. The committee also observed that Honorable Kolubah did not only refuse to attend the hearings, but harshly responded, advising the Chief Clerk to desist from writing on behalf of the majority Bloc, pretending to be plenary of the House. Honorable Kolubah's absence from these hearings and response to the Chief Clerk met a waiver of his rights. Recommendation. After carefully scrutinizing the matter, the committee wishes to recommend to plenary to take the necessary and appropriate action which will serve as deterrents to would-be violators of the rules of the House. See attached journals from 2 separate hearings. Signed, Honorable James M. Fuller, Chairman, Bond County. Signed, Honorable Alexander Paul, Co-Chairman, River G County, signed. Honorable Nathaniel Bawe, Member, Rangoon County, signed. Honorable Mustafa Warite, Member, Bapolu County, signed. Honorable Bese S. Becker, Member, Rankema County, unsigned. Honorable Robert Mwambe, Member, Bon County, signed. And Honorable Mana B. Johnson, Bomi County, signed. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, distinguished honorable ladies and gentlemen, that is the reading of the report from the Committee on Rules and Order with attachment of evidences that are over 100 pages. Thank you, sir.
Distinguished colleagues, listen to the report from the Committee on Rules, Order and Administration on the complaint filed by Honorable Johnson S. M. Williams, Senior Representative of Yekeh County Electoral District Number 3, against the Right Honorable Yekeh Kolubah, Representative Electoral District Number 10, Mosoralo County, Republic of Liberia. What is your will and pleasure? Honorable Clarence Carr.
Yeah, he took my job. Sorry, Mr. Presiding, I take it back. Mr. Presiding, co-presiding, distinguished colleagues, having listened to the comprehensive report from the Committee on Rules for Administrations, we derive from the communications written against our colleagues by Honorable Johnson Williams, having observed key issues from the report that speaks to the violations of our rules, Rule 42.2, that says no member shall insult, abuse on the grounds of the capital. No member shall cause disturbances to the activity of the House. If you also go to Rule 42.1, it says member at any place shall keep the dignity and the prestige of the Honorable House. Having listened to the report and coupled with the actions of our colleagues, video circulating around, I move, if I can obtain a second, that this report be adopted, that primary invoke the missing manner in accordance with Rule 23.2, invoking Rule 15 of the missing manner, that the distinguished colleagues should be suspended for 30 session days or equivalent into months or weeks, and that the office of this distinguished gentleman, including his staff, be suspended, that they are not working, and all immunity entitled with them be redeposited into government revenue accounts.
Did I get a second?
Yes, second.
So your motion made a second, distinguished colleagues, are you ready to vote? Are you ready? Honorable down, man down. Mr. Presiding, co-presiding, distinguished colleagues, to the movement. This is a serious matter. Please have your seat. Please have your seat. Honorable Julia, please. Honorable Colette, Honorable Clarence Gar, Honorable Bintu Masale, You will have your seat, please. Thank you, Honorable Down.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding. For presiding distinguished colleagues to the movement. I'll be ready to vote. But before stating my readiness in a few seconds, I want us to have a simple reflection. One, the movement reference suspending innocent Liberians because we had an issue with one of our colleagues. I think that's wrong.
Colleague, did I hear you say innocent Liberians?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Who are those?
Meaning, because he said, if the reason on stage to suspend our colleague, they should also suspend the Starbucks. When those innocent people have nothing to do with what we are discussing.
Colleague, please, we need to get that clear. Was it part of the motion for Clarence down?
Yes.
To suspend staff?
Yes.
But you stated already then. And who are those staff?
Some of the colleagues, some of our relatives is.
Why?
Mr. Presiding,
Stated already then.
Mr. Presiding, for presiding, the person will understand the legal minds will tell us that crimes are not transferable. Secondly, I want plenary to consider this decision. Mr. Presiding, whatever happened, I don't want to quote any of our rules. I may be wrong. I don't want to reference any article in the Constitution because I may be wrong. All I want to push for here, asking all of our colleagues, the attitude of our colleague, in person, no one is going to support it. But the time the Interpol just happened, it was
If they been debating the issues, state their
this is
readiness.
our readiness in place.
Please, give me a chance. Honorable Down, 30 seconds. Please state it. Please succinct to the point.
This issue happened during the heat of our crisis.
So what's the readiness?
The readiness is
Yeah.
this report should not be endorsed as by the movement. We should send this communication, send our committee to send this communication to meet with the parties involved and push for reconciliation instead of taking this harsh decision. So the readiness.
Thank you. To the movement. Police, please, we need quiet till there is a serious matter.
Mr. Presiding, Johnson hasn't waited. Mr. Presiding,
Honorable William, please have your seat. Honorable Down. You state your readiness, have your seat. Honorable Joseph Williams, you are the complainant, please have your seat. Honorable Down, please respond.
Mr. Presiding, co-presiding distinguished colleagues. Hey, Mr. Presiding, I'm speaking to the presiding.
Proceed.
Mr. Presiding,
It's on readiness, it's in twofold. One, we should
Mr.
get the start
Presiding,
out. Go ahead.
Presiding,
Go ahead.
I listened to him on readiness.
Go ahead.
And Mr. Presiding, our rules are clear that there should be no subject matter introduced with two topics. So, it is distinguished colleagues listening.
Honorable Down, please give me a chance.
Distinguished colleagues listening. Then I will find a rule. I will table it at my readiness. I find a rule. So, Mr. Presiding, the staff when we do capital budgeting, the staff falls within the office. If the lawmaker is not working, who the staff works for? So, no, you are suspended.
To the movement, Honorable Down. Honorable Down, get your pressure chair. Honorable Down, pressure chair. Honorable Down, pressure chair. Honorable Down, have your seat. Honorable Down, please have your seat. Honorable movement, please have pressure chair. Honorable Down. Honorable Down. Honorable Down. Honorable Down, please have pressure chair. Honorable Down, have your seat. difficulty, disruption on the flow. Honorable movement, please. Honorable, you might have time, please have your seat. Honorable God, please respond to the alreadiness for Honorable God.
So, Mr. Presiding,
Honorable God.
Mr. Presiding, like I said, the first one, the staff works in the office and work directly for the purpose of the representative. The staff were not elected. So if the representative is suspended, it means that office activity closed down. The second part that has to do with,
Please give chance, you will have your time to speak on the subject matter, please.
the second part that
You are not allowed to disturb this flow.
the second part
Honorable God, please respond to this alreadiness.
the second part that has to do with
Please allow him, Honorable God, you have your time. Give him chance to speak, it's his right. Honorable God, please do not allow the gavel to be used. Honorable God, please do not allow the gavel to be used to ask you out of this chambers.
Mr. President,
Honorable God, please respond.
the second part has to do with young lady.
Deny Honorable God of the seat. Honorable God, I think what you should be taking.
Mr. President, the second part that has to do with us tabling the report. For us tabling the report and calling the party agree.
Honorable God,
You contradict
Honorable God,
You contradict
Honorable God, Honorable God, you will be asked out of this chambers. Honorable God, you will be asked out of this chambers. Please have your seat.
Mr. President,
Please respond, Honorable God.
the distinguished Tony is contradicting himself. He's saying we shouldn't suspend the staff, we should not suspend the number. He's saying we should table the report and meet
So respond to us already now. Okay, with the request of Honorable Anthony Williams. Honorable Anthony Williams is recognized. Can you please, you will have your time, please. You will have your time to state your readiness, please. Honorable Anthony Williams, he rejected Honorable Dan.
Honorable Presiding, co-presiding, distinguished colleagues, to my learned colleagues from Marguerite County, Clarence Guy, I will be ready to vote if we can accept this simple amendment. A crime is not transferable on our laws, and as such, I want to crave your indulgence. I know how you feel about this situation that is on hand. So I will be ready to vote if you can remove the staffers on the suspension list, and then we can go ahead with the reading of the report so that we can vote for the suspension. If you can accept that simple amendment.
Honorable God, Mr. Justice and Mercy.
Mr. Presiding,
Stop Monkey Affairs, Honorable Abba, should we have a seat?
Mr. Presiding,
Honorable God,
Mr. Presiding, co-presiding distinguished colleagues. While we take the premises of our distinguished colleague that crime is not transferable, but I understand we do not suspend the using funding. All workers of the using were affected. So due to the crime and the concern from the flow, I so accept.
Marvin Joe, next is the error, or what Thomas will look you in our error. Honorable Honors, can I please be attentive?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, thank you very much. To the movement, I will be ready to vote if the movement will accept this simple amendment. believe that this body should be mostly reconciliatory than to divide the horse, to continue to divide the horse. So I will be ready to vote Mr. Movement. If this body will repeat a decision to drop this suspension against our colleague and this body think about bringing the rule of law and that of this body together as a one body. Please take the police chairs. I will not feel like a man. We will make our let me be protected. Please take the please protect me. Please take the awareness. Please protect me. You are. I will plead state the awareness on the decision of this body to rethink a decision of suspending our colleague. Thank you. That this body will come together. That will be all the good that people will. The message is clear. This already is clear over there. Suspend our colleague. I will be ready to thank you.
Mr. Presiding. Mr. Presiding.
Respond over there.
Mr. Presiding, co-presiding, distinguished colleagues. Again, Mr. Presiding, I like the nomenclature used by the distinguished colleague from Grand Basin, that the rule of law conquers. So we are implementing the rules of law. The action of the distinguished colleagues in violation of Rule 42.2, a constant attitude of insulting. If we feel that everyone can do everything with the purpose of reconciling.
Oh my God, we got two options, reject or accept.
If we feel that we should reconcile.
Oh my God, two options, please. Reject or accept. This unreadiness.
I only reject.
Thank you. Honorable Thomas Romokuya.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, presiding, distinguished colleagues, to the movement, I'll be ready to vote if you accept this simple, very simple amendment. You know, the war is watching us here. Here, the war is watching us. This. Will you please protect me, please?
Please protect the error. Error, please take your awareness. Obligation colleagues, please allow the error to speak.
The war is watching us.
Go ahead.
And I think at this juncture, if you was to de-escalate the confusion, the tension, I know that Honorable Kolubah attitude, action, and actions have been stronger in Liberia. But what is possible may not be prudent. On this note, I will appeal to all of us to defer to the movement, to defer that portion of the report that says we should suspend Yekeh Kolubah at this point.
To the movement.
So, I didn't see a report.
Please give the police chance. Thank you.
Mr. Presiding.
Information denied. To the movement.
Mr. Presiding, co-presiding, distinguished colleagues. The war is watching on how we implement our rules. Basically, based on the principles of our rules, I humbly reject.
Honorable Small Brother.
To the movement, I will be ready to vote if you can consider this simple amendment. What's the movement?
Proceed, Honorable Small.
All right, I will be ready to vote if you can consider this simple amendment. that the incoherence of what was discussed, or what it claimed to be suspension, if we can put it to a vote by testing this plenary through a vote to see who all in favor of Yekeh going and who all in favor of Yekeh staying.
Thank you. I think it's clear enough. It's fair enough. It's part of our parliamentary proceeding. We can come and vote. Honorable Governor, you stated your relevance. Honorable, please, you stated your relevance. Honorable God, respond.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Presiding, Deputy Presiding, distinguished colleagues. Mr. Presiding, I expect the distinguished colleagues to read our rule. Every decision that is made here, it ends to motion and voting. So the motion will be tested on the floor. So he don't need to raise it in readiness. So it's obvious.
Thank you. Honorable Margaret Thomas, Honorable Soka in that order, and then we. Police, please pay attention to this issue. This is a landmark issue. You need to be attentive and pay attention, police, please. Honorable Co-Chairman of Rules, Order and Administration, Honorable Chairman of Rules and Order, please have your seat. Honorable Colin, please, Honorable Prince Quinner. This is a dedicated issue. We have to be very attentive, please, colleagues. Honorable Margaret Thomas.
Mr. Presiding, Co-Presiding, fellow colleagues in the movement. I hail from Massarado County, District Number 4, Massarado County. And the name that is being pointed out to be suspended is the representative of Electoral District Number 10, the same county in which I hail. On the basis of the Massarado solidarity, of which our co-presiding that is from Massarado, I will be ready to vote if we can allow Honorable Yekeh Kolubah to do an official letter of apology in serving. I'm a few.
That's a police view. That's a view.
Nobody has voted me.
Thank you, Honorable Thomas. Focus.
I will be ready to vote if we can kindly allow the gentleman from District 10, Massarado County,
to do an apology.
Official apology in 7 newspapers for 7 weeks. If you
To the movement. To the movement.
Mr. Presiding, Co-Presiding, distinguished colleagues. I listened to the distinguished colleague from District 4. If the distinguished colleagues in question requested that the clerical staff should not communicate any decision from plenary to him, who will communicate this decision to him? So on this basis, I humbly reject.
Honorable Soka.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, presiding, distinguished colleagues, first to the movement, let me recognize the content of our rules 42 for 1 downward. What draws my attention, and I think across this country and across this world, as people that listen, is that we, the people deputy, have a responsibility to conduct ourselves in a manner to always preserve the prestige and dignity of this place. And so it baffles my mind that when we come here, police will engage in a behavior that totally is not in line with what is expected of us. So let me commend the proponent of this communication and commend the rules and order for taking the time to investigate. I look at Rule 48.7, paragraph B. I'm kindly asking the movement of this
to kindly accept this simple amendment. That though our distinguished colleague behavior is unacceptable, terrible, I recommend that we do a written communication warning him and tell him to desist if you can do that simple amendment for me. Thank you.
On the basis of Rule 48.7b, I will invoke Rule 48.7c that calls for suspension. On that basis, I reject.
Thank you, Honorable Deputy Speaker, co-presiding, distinguished colleagues. To the movement, I know the issue of Honorable Kolubah. They probably used to believe that it was advocacy. But to me, his advocacy has turned ruthless. Because there is too much disrespect and misbehavior that have brought this house to public disrepute. I believe these are things that this body shouldn't condone. But to the movement, I will be asking this plenary and the presiding and co-presiding to temper moisten with justice. It doesn't change anything. I request that this plenary we find ourselves in a committee of hope and one time invite Honorable Kolubah to come and tell us and address himself on the issue. If he refuses, we can take a decision as this body. And I pray that
Thank you,
we can accept that this plenary invite Honorable Kolubah to come and tell us why he has refused to
please respond.
meeting. I will be ready to vote. Thank you.
Honorable presiding, co-presiding, distinguished colleagues, that the distinguished colleagues from Bloc County 7 has recognized the attitude of the distinguished colleague from District 10 to be rude. On this basis, Mr. Presiding, that she has also supported the arguments for why he should be suspended. I humbly reject her request.
Okay, distinguished colleagues, for the record, listen to the movement, all the movement. For the record, I would like for you to kind of read your reliance in support of the motion to take action today. I heard you talk about the Mason manual, that Mason rule that has to do with the House of Representatives, and I heard you quoting sections or portions of our rules that informed the motion to have our colleagues suspended. Colleagues, I want us to please allow the movement to give support to his motion by reading those portions.
Yes, so my reliance on Rule 23.2 of 23.2 that gave rise.
You say 123?
When two of our rules that gave rise to the Mason Manual.
Okay.
And Section 15 of the Mason Manual that was quoted, the section's headline says, or the topic of the section says, failure of the House of Representatives of the legislature to conform to its rule does not invalidate its act. If you went down further to 15.4, it says under constitutional provision declaring that each House of Legislature shall determine the rules of its own proceedings. The fact that the House acted in violation of its own rules or in violation of parliamentary law in a matter clearly within its power does not make it action subject to review by the court. We say this caveat because we want the record to state that our actions today are under the immunity of Article 42 of the Constitution. That we will send a caveat that any actions taken today, the court cannot review our actions due to our immediate and immediate manner.
Madam Chief Clerk, to the committee, this goes to the committee on rules and order. I did not hear during the reading of the report exhibits being read on citations sent to our colleague, Honorable Yekeh Kolubah, precisely inviting him to the committee hearings. Do we have copies within the report? Sorry, it's still used. If yes, can you please read those citations of the first, second, third count?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman, you here?
Yes, sir.
Can you speak to them?
Honorable Presiding, co-presiding, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to inform this august body that Honorable Yekeh Kolubah was invited for the first hearing dated February 17, 2025. Because of his failure to attend the February 17, 2025 invitation, the committee met and we started the proceeding, and the Sergeant Arms was asked to visit the vicinity of the House of Representatives as to whether Honorable Kolubah was around or in the perimeter of the House. It was reported by the Sergeant Arms to the committee that Honorable Kolubah was not found. Against that bydraft, Honorable Presiding, the committee thought it wise to write a second communication dated February 28, 2025, citing Mr. Honorable Yekeh Kolubah for another hearing on March 6, 2025. Before the March 6, 2025, the office of the clerk informed the committee that she received a communication dated February 24, 2025, and that communication is available. On the basis of that, we will give it to the clerk.
Thank you.
Mr. Kolubah's response, or Kolubah's response. So in his absence, we were able to have the hearing where the complaint was made to present.
Thank you. So the point of information is sufficient notice was served.
Yes.
Evidence by those communications on your hand.
The exhibit in the report.
Please send it to the Chief Clerk. Chief Clerk, do you have those?
We received it from the Chief Clerk.
Observation denied.
Mr. Presiding, there's a motion on the floor.
Yeah, we're coming to the motion. 1 minute, please. Denied. Madam Chief Clerk, you got it?
So folks, let us now join the Chief Clerk to read the letter that was presented to Honorable Yekeh Kolubah by the Chairperson of Rule, Order and Administration.
Monrovia, Liberia. Dear Honorable Kolubah, I present compliments about the directive of the House's Committee on Rules, Order and Administration, invited to a meeting scheduled for Thursday, March 6, 2025 at 2 p.m. You are to attend this meeting in the first floor conference room house wing. Honorable Kolubah, the meeting with the above committee is an investigative one prompted by a communication received by plenary of the House from Honorable Johnson S.N. Williams Sr., Representative Electoral District 3, River G County. The letter highlighted a complaint of your alleged constant acts that are inimical to the rules and procedures governing the activities of the House. As you are aware, you were earlier invited to this hearing through a letter dated February 17, 2025, but failed to show up for the committee's call, and serious exception is herein taken in this regard. Sir, I am directed further to inform you to take keen note of this citation, as doing so will quell the constant uproar that marks sections of the Honorable House of Representatives. Best regards, sincerely, Mildred Chief. Honorable Kolubah's response to the invite. Mildred Chief Clerk, the House of Representatives, Liberia Legislature, Monrovia, Liberia. February 24, 2025. Dear Madam Chief Clerk, I acknowledge your letter dated February 17, 2025, in which you cited me to an investigative hearing by the Committee on Rules Order Administration. As an elected officer of the House, it is your duty to advise the leadership of the majority bloc that the rules apply only to members of their bloc. Please take note that the Supreme Court's decision is the law of the land. Any majority bloc action that does not conform to Article 33 and 49 is illegal. I refer you to the Supreme Court refusal to sit under the gavel of Honorable Richard Kuhn and the subsequent clarification by Justice Wese that in the absence of the constitutionally elected speaker, the majority bloc decisions are illegal. Therefore, to stay in conformity with the law, I will not submit myself to any committee of the majority bloc, and I advise you to cease and desist as an officer of the House from writing on their behalf pertaining to the plenary of the House. Thank you for your understanding in this regard. Sincerely,
Madam Chief, we are sorry. Please read that phrase. Please read that phrase again, please.
Said, I refer you to the Supreme Court refusal to sit under the gavel of Honorable Richard Kuhn and the subsequent clarification by Justice Wese that in the absence of the constitutionally elected speaker, the majority bloc's decisions are illegal. Therefore, to stay in conformity with the law, I will not submit myself to any committee of the majority bloc, and I advise you to cease and desist as an officer of the House from writing on their behalf, pretending to be the plenary of the House. Thanks for your understanding in this regard. Sincerely, Honorable Yekeh Kolubah, Representative, Electoral District 10, Montserrat County. It's a presiding officer. It's a co-presiding officer. Those are the readings, the exchanges between Honorable Kolubah and the office of the Chief Clerk.
So, distinguished colleagues, with these communications that were written from our colleagues from the Yekeh Kolubah responding to the committee, we now refer to the motion that was made by Honorable denied. We will now refer to the motion after stating all of the unreadiness. To the motion is about town plenary take a decision as it relates to the motion that was made by Honorable Clarence now. With that said, distinguished colleagues, all those in favor of information denied, all those in favor of the motion made, information denied. Honorable Vice Colleagues, please have a seat. Distinguished colleagues, we now refer to the motion. Having discussed this issue, distinguished colleagues, all those in favor of the motion made, Honorable Clarence Gam, please raise your right hand. Please raise your right hand. Come on. All those in favor of the motion, please raise your right hand. Please allow the journalists to take note.
folks, you listen to the deputy speaker there, Honorable Thomas Bala. There was a motion raised by the lawmaker from Magibe County, Honorable Clarence Guide, requesting primary to suspend Honorable Yekeh Kolubah, and this motion has been put to text, and majority of the lawmakers have already raised their hands. We have yet to get the total amount of those that are in favor of the suspension of Honorable Yekeh Kolubah. But kindly seek because just within.
No abstention.
So there you have it, folks. 30 votes.
Motion is carried in keeping with our rules and procedure of the Honorable House of Representatives. Motion for reconsideration. Honorable DC College, recognized. Thank you. And it is hereby so ordered. Motion for reconsideration of our rules is recognized. Thank you. Next. Subject matter has been discussed. Denied.
The presiding, we need clarity. We are taking a vote, but we need clarity. Have they voted against the Starbucks also?
No. The government is still on the ground. That amendment was made by Anthony Williams. Was accepted.
So folks, there you have it. 34% voted for the suspension of Honorable Yekeh Kolubah, and that motion has already been carried. So let us now join the Deputy Speaker, Chief Clerk,
Honorable Speaker,
another
Deputy Speaker and distinguished colleagues of the Honorable House of Representatives, Article 5B of the 1986 Constitution of our country requires, among other things, the protection of our culture and traditional values. Honorable Speaker and distinguished colleagues, after a thorough analysis of our culture and tradition in this contemporary society, I have deemed it expedient to introduce the bill entitled, quote, an act to amend the new Penal Code, Chapter 14, Subchapter D, and add a new Section 14.80, making same-sex practices a criminal offense. Unquote.
And requesting that Honorable Yekeh Kolubah should be suspended, and that motion was carried on the floor earlier on, and 34 lawmakers voted in favor of that motion, headed by Honorable Clarence Guide, that Honorable Yekeh Kolubah should be suspended, and they have now come to a conclusion that Honorable Yekeh Kolubah will be suspended for 30 sections.
Please accept the abstention of my highest as we strive to preserve our values and marching democracy. Respectfully yours, Honorable Momo Shapakoto, Representative District Number 3, Local County, Chairman Committee on Transport, Co-Chairman on Internal Affairs, Member Committee on State Enterprise.
So, Honorable Kolubah has been suspended for 30 session days, and each month we have 4 sessions in a month.
Chapter 14, Subchapter D, and to add a new subchapter 14.80 making same-sex practices a criminal offense. Honorable Presiding Officer, Co-Presiding Officer, distinguished honorable ladies and gentlemen.
Just for a little correction there, that is its session in a month. Its session in a month, and he has been suspended
Submitting
for
to this body an act
suspended for
and the
approximately
first reading of the
4 months.
act. Thank you, sir.
Can we do this?
Yes, sir.
Can we do it? Distinguished colleagues, having listened to the reading of this bill proffered by Honorable Koto, Lawrence of Unit Pleasure. Honorable Thomas.
No, I'm discussing it.
So folks, the motion has not been carried yet. We just got information from Press Bureau office that the motion has not been carried yet. There's a motion for reconsideration. Yekeh Kolubah. The speaker called for reconsideration.
the reading
We'll keep you updated at the session on. We'll keep you updated. Find support wherever you are, however you join us. I'd like to say welcome to ELBC LNTV. My name is Yekeh Kolubah, and I'm here bringing forth this live
to amend the Penal Code, Chapter 14, subsection D, and to add in lieu thereof a new Chapter 14.8, making same-sex marriage a criminal offense in Liberia. Having listened to the reading of that bill, I want to move, Mr. Speaker, that this bill be referred to the following committees, and there is an expectation that the report should be made in 2 weeks. They include the Committee on Judiciary, the Committee on Gender, the Committee on Human Rights, Human and People Rights, and also the Committee on Health, if I can obtain a second.
With the motion being seconded, are you ready to vote? All those in favor say yea. Again, please add accordingly to the
So you just listen to the lawmaker there from district number 4, Monserrate County, Honorable Thomas. Let us now join the Deputy Chief Clerk, folks.
Could I please approach the chair? Police, please have your seat. We have our important communication to be read, please. The response from ECOWAS, I'm told.
Mildred and Sam, Chief Clerk.
Chief Clerk, hold on, please.
So if you're just joining us, I'd like to say welcome to ELBC LNTV Liberia Live. My name is Yekeh Kolubah, and I'm bringing forth this live broadcast from the Executive Pavilion here where the House of Representatives holds a regular section. Today is the 4th day sitting of the first quarter of the second section of the Honorable House of Representatives of the 55th Legislature, Republic of Liberia. So today is Tuesday, March 11, 2025. Today's agenda: there was a session called to order, prayer, roll call, reading, correction, amendment, and adoption of the agenda. There was a call for petitions, call for standing committee reports from the House Committee on Rules, Order and Administration on the investigation of Honorable Yekeh Kolubah, Representative Electoral District Number 10, Mosorado County. There was a communication placed on the floor today by Honorable Clarence Hyde and asking primary to suspend Honorable Yekeh Kolubah for 30 section days. However, the chairperson of
Order. Okay, distinguished colleagues, we proceed. A brief recess. In keeping with the motion that was made.
So, folks.
And then the already that was stated. The presiding has been made to understand next all should be the issue that has to do with our colleagues have been absent from this section. So all the chairman of Rules and Honor is time to have us brief, and then we'll give the chairman of Rules and Honor the chance to respond a little bit. Police, please pay attention. This is another sensitive issue. Information denied. Approach the chair. Overtime, quietly on the floor. Approach the chair, overtime. Other chairman rules and honor, you have the floor.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding.